will be collected. Page 32. Page 14. Page 15. Page 16. Page 17. Page 18. Remember the last page 19. Remember the absence of any further corrections.
Obi Akadova Stone Media G. Starbray EBP mo Parliament. Now over the other seat on the MP4 network, but only few people are in. So right now MPP4 na Ababebi NDC na Ababebi. So a Stone Media G Starbray Parliament and what joining a bit like Ediamai so that our live feed will go viral. So in the city in it also na Osha ha NDC phone Omaba by NTC Endra. And here the left side a NPP currently I'm majority best as a nipa kakrebi na EBP ewa ha. So speaker so Ashe ni media say nti ora Ero Kujoto na Ekasa no. The Stone Media Jage over like Ediamai no washe.
Is that the understanding of the house? So we take them tomorrow. Yes,
Right. We have volumes of these reports that will require members to go through it and make the necessary corrections. So I side with the submission from Honorable Abla. Thank you.
Honorable members, it's so decided, and therefore we defer them to tomorrow. Then we can move on to item 6, statement. I have admitted one statement just to pay tribute to the late Olympic and boxing legend, Clement Ike Corte Sr. And this is to be done by Honorable Komina Mensa Woyomi. Yes, please, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to pay tribute to the late Clement Ike Sr., who died on November 2nd, 2024, in Greater London, United Kingdom. Mr. Speaker, as a legendary figure in Ghana's sporting history, Clement Ike Sr.'s contributions and achievements to boxing and the Olympic movement have had a lasting impact on Ghana's participation in the Olympic Games. Mr. Speaker, Ghana started participating in the Olympic Games from 1952 in Helsinki, Finland, and has since attended 18 other times, winning 5 medals. These medals include Clement Corte Senior Silver Medal in boxing light welterweight at the 1960 Rome Olympics, Eddie Blay Senior Bronze Medal in boxing light welterweight at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. Prince Amate's bronze medal in boxing middleweight at the 1972 Munich Olympics. The National Olympic football team's bronze medal at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, and Samuel Techi's bronze medal in boxing featherweight at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Mr. Speaker, Clement Ikote Sr. was born on April 12, 1938. He became the first African to win a medal at the Olympic Games, clinching silver in the light welterweight division at the 1960 Rome Olympics. Mr. Speaker, Clement first represented Ghana at the 1958 Commonwealth Games in Cardiff, Wales, and the 1960 Rome Olympics. He also won gold at the 1962 Commonwealth Games in Perth, Western Australia, and the 1962 Maiden African Boxing Championships in Cairo, Egypt. Mr. Speaker, although Clement Ikote did not go professional with his boxing career, his exceptional accomplishment inspired his stepbrother, Ike Bazooka Kote, former WBA welterweight champion, to attain higher heights as a professional. Mr. Speaker, Clement lived in the United Kingdom since quitting sports in 1963. He will remain a celebrated figure in Ghana for his achievements in boxing, where he placed Ghana's name on the boxing map, and an exemplary figure for young boxers today. His funeral and burial are scheduled to take place in the United Kingdom on 18th and 19th December 2024, respectively, with a final funeral rites to take place in London on Saturday, 4th January 2025. Mr. Speaker, before I conclude, I wish to offer my heartfelt condolences to the family and his two children, Clifton and Alex, of our departed legend during this difficult time. May they take consolation that their own Clement Ikote left a legacy that extends far beyond the ring, touching many lives with his remarkable skills, determination, and sportsmanship. I pray that the soul of Clement Ikote and all sportsmen and women who played significant roles in raising the flag of Ghana rest in perfect peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honorable members, comments, please. Yes, Honorable Yao Boama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to make some brief comments on the statement. In the meantime, I look the loss of this great Olympian that this country produced and what he did for this country. Mr. Speaker, but it's very sad that 72 years of Ghana's participation in the Olympic Games has only generated 5 medals. Mr. Clement Ikote only lived to see the addition of only 4 medals to what he got for Ghana in 1952. Mr. Speaker, this also requires that we have to relook how we train our Olympians and all our sports personalities to be able to win more medals in the coming Olympics. Mr. Speaker, it was very sad for Ghana to have gone to the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, not to have won a single medal. The last time we won a medal was in Tokyo in 2020, where Techi also won a medal in boxing. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the cost of preparing our Olympic athletes, you also agree with me that a lot more has to be done in the technical aspect of preparing these sportsmen. it's good that we participate in the games, but it requires that we put in a lot more to be able to win more medals. Mr. Kote is gone. He's gone as a hero. He did his best for the country. He won us a medal, and we are paying tribute to him. But those in charge of our sports, and I know Mr. Npp Mps will be speaking, has a lot to do in the area of sports to be able to achieve or attain more medals, either at the Olympics, the World Cup, or other junior competitions that will be participating. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Npp.
Well, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity given me to contribute to this statement ably delivered by my colleague, ranking member on Youth and Sports Committee, Honorable Kobe Woyome. I'm a bit passionate about this statement because Clement Quarter Sr. was an uncle of mine. He was a great inspiration to many of us who grew up in the boxing hub of Bukom. Not only I Quarter, after him, there were 3 other members of the family who took to boxing. 2 of them got to the African champion level, and the other, our nephew, Alfred Cobra Kote, also won a world title. It's a family of boxers, and I'm not surprised when his inspiration led Ike Quarter Jr. from football to become a boxer. And then with the assistance of Ambassador Ni Amakan Amatefio, Ike Quarter got the opportunity to first fight at the Barcelona Olympic Games and then the Commonwealth Games before achieving the status of a world champion. I'm happy my colleague, Honorable Patiguama, has also mentioned it. If you look at the list, Ike Quarter Sr., Prince Amate, Edible, who happened to have come from the Western region, but built his boxing life in Accra, first at Accra New Town, before Bukom. Sam Pepechi, also from Bukom, have all excelled because of the pace that was set by people like Roy Ankara, Clute Robertson, Afetete, and the rest. Mr. Speaker, it will interest you to note that today, those boxing gyms that produce all these world champions and legends are almost extinguished. Today, boxing has become a national sport because if you go to the boxing arena on the normal National Boxing Day League, some of the best boxers come from the northern part of the country and Ashanti region. Of note, 2 of the best boxers in the current National League are from the Ashanti region. It means that boxing is now being looked at nationwide. And I said we must extend the facilities beyond the borders of Accra. The days when Ebo Dankwa and Anaya Okonedu have to come all the way from the regions to be based in Accra to become world champions, those days are gone. Today, boxing is being championed by a chief in the Ashanti region, Mahama, that one of his boys is a national champion. In Obuasi, we have boys who are fighting and producing themselves as future champions. Mr. Speaker, I think as a nation, if you look at these records, boxing has achieved a lot for us. They've raised the flag of this country, even more than football. But we don't give it the attention it deserves. Out of the 5 medals that we are talking about today, 4 from boxing. That should tell us that if we could give a percentage of the attention we give to football, to boxing, and other sporting disciplines, maybe this country will not always be languishing at the last position on the table or medal table at the Olympic Games. We may be squaring it up with Americans, the British, the Australians, and the Chinese on the medal table. I believe seriously that if we want to really achieve much in sports, we must be ready to invest in the sports. Mr. Speaker, coming to this, let me also say this. All these people passed without any serious notice. But for this August House, celebrating them through a statement, nothing. Nothing. And by this time, we should have monuments. Monuments to remember the future generation of the exploits of Iquote Senior, Eddie Blair, Prince Amati, and the rest. And I will be happy if instead of the president's statue at Ifyam Kwanta roundabout, we have Eddie Blair statue there to tell people from the Western region that it is not Akokrani alone who exhibited wonders in boxing, but there was once an Eddie Blair. It is important because these are the things that will make people inspired, be motivated to also achieve something. Mr. Speaker, if you take note, you will notice that when we build the boxing arena, what we decided to do was to inscribe the names of all the past champions on the walls so that the young ones who will come there will see them and get inspired and motivated so that they can also excel. I think that we should begin to honor our heroes so that people will feel proud, fighting and sacrificing for this nation. With these words, Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity given, and we wish the family, especially his nuclear family and the extended family, even though the funeral is outside, we shall be observing the local one here in Accra at the family house in Buko. And I'm extending invitation to all who are here and wish to be with us to mourn this legend. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I thought we could move on, but I can see a senior member on his feet. The two of you, then after that, we'll move on to some other business. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Our heart goes out to the bereaved family, and as has been expressed, may the soul of this great man, Mr. Korte, rest in peace. Honorable Speaker, a dimension to this statement that I want to stress is that probably we've not done a cost-benefit analysis as to how sports will add to our GDP. And it's important. If sports is just for entertainment, but it is not of serious economic value to this country, we will not use our meager resources for sports. So, Honorable Speaker, I am of the humble view that people are touting sports, underfunding of sports. It's about time that we have a blueprint and do proper cost-benefit analysis that apart from we exporting cocoa, and apart from gold and the rest of them, there is a financial return if we should sink with money in the area of sport. And that is what to also inform governments to realize that there is another revenue stream, which is sports. And when you know it will benefit the nation in the long run, then investing in that place would make a lot of sense. So I am of the humble view that as sports people who want to make a fetish out of sports, and we go and we lose. And Black Stars are giving us a lot of pain and the rest of it. Coaches are being underpaid, all kinds of challenges that we are facing. But if anything matters to us as a nation, and we want to invest properly in it, let's cost it. And let's see the return on the investment. Probably it will be a paradigm shift for this nation. If not, we will not even celebrate heroes any longer, because who is a hero if what he's trying to do does not benefit the entire nation? So I want to commend the maker of the statement for his resourcefulness as always. And I want the nation to look at this dimension of sports. I'm grateful to the Honorable Speaker for the space.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also want to add my voice to the earlier speakers in expressing my condolences to the family and the sports fraternity. Mr. Speaker, it has been established that Ghana first started taking part in the Olympic Games in 1952. The next Olympic Games, which was 1956, Ghana did not take part. That was soon after independence. It was in 1960 that as a sovereign nation that we first participated at the Olympic Games, and Ike Otte Sr. won the medal for Ghana. I also want to establish that Ghana did not participate in the Moscow Olympic Games in 1976 and also in the Montreal Games in 1980 in Canada. Mr. Speaker, the two games that were absent were due to political reasons. Political reasons in the sense that you had this East-West struggle for domination of the African continent. So whilst we refused to go for, the West got people to refuse to go for the games in Moscow, so was the Soviet Union able to convince its allies, including Ghana, not to participate in the Montreal Games. At that time, we had very good boxers. Asuma Nelson was one of such boxers. And obviously, if he had participated in the two games, would have added to the medal for Ghana. So his absence in the medal list, but raised very high in the world boxing calendar, is because of political reasons that he was not able to participate in. Mr. Speaker, I like the comments made by Honorable Atachia about trying to get the cost benefits analysis of sports contribution to the national economy. But I need not go very far. We all recall D.K. Poison, the legendary D.K. Poison, who won the first world title for Ghana. At that time, Ghana had problems of logistics, and his purse, his money, was used in buying essential commodities to support the economy of Ghana. It took a very long time for him to get the reinvestment. So I believe that sports has a very important role to play
in our national economy. But of course, even the little money that is given for sports development, we are not able to utilize them properly for the purposes that they have been allocated. I recall the just ended Olympic Games in Paris. Ghana never participated in boxing, which was very, very unfortunate. I also recall that Ghana hosted the last African Games, and we all know and are aware of some of the unfortunate developments in the management and development of sports. Sports is not just an ordinary subject area. It is a professional area that we have to look at it and let those who practice sports be given the opportunity to run sports. At the last African Games, we were just not ready. We simply did not use the monies for the purposes that were given. So on that note, I want to say that we have been getting our fair share, even though it is inadequate, but when it is given, we must make sure that we utilize them for the purposes for which they have been allocated. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I want to thank the maker of the statement for his thorough research in bringing up to the fore what Clement Courtney was able to do for Ghana and for us to sustain boxing as one of the national sports in the country. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honorable members, we have one more statement, but I want to plead with the person if we could take it tomorrow. It deals with the West African Examination Council. It's quite an important statement. Please kindly make it available to your colleagues so that tomorrow they could make some very incisive comments on that issue. So we move on to the next item. Item 8. I don't know whether people are there. Presentation of papers. Whether these papers are ready. So we'll go to at the commencement of public business. Presentation of papers. The following papers to be presented. 7A by the Minister for Finance. Expenditure in advance of appropriation for January to March 2025.
Mr. Speaker, I think yesterday we had decided to put it on hold briefly. As it stands now, I don't have any new update with regards to that.
Unfortunately, you didn't tell me the authority you used to respond to this matter. Could you put it on record?
Mr. Speaker, this is the MP for Anyaso, so the available leader at the moment.
I see. So since when did you become available leader?
Mr. Speaker, by virtue of the circumstances we find ourselves.
Well, so available leader, what about the other items? Which one do you think we could take? Then I can note that and then call on the people to make the presentations. Under item 7, we still have B, C, And then under item 8, which is presentation and first reading of bills, which ones are we to take? Who are available to lay them? And then I can proceed on that. Available leader, has your reign ended?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the leader is on his way coming. He has not given any indication yet as where or which paper we should take. So I'll plead with you. I will wait for leader. So we can take statement if we have any.
Yes, Minority Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, the item you mentioned, 7A, is such a critical requirement of government and a responsibility of this House to undertake that. Mr. Speaker, you will recall that yesterday I suggested that it was almost an open understanding that the finance minister was going to be here to lay this paper. When he decided not, or when he didn't come, there was rumors all over the place. I didn't peddle any rumor. I just suggested that I hope there was no conspiracy. Government to lay this. It's a mystery, Mr. Speaker. It is a mystery. Why did you communicate that document you are not ready to lay? So, Mr. Speaker, me, I'll just leave it here. But let all people, workers in government, all workers in this country, everybody who draws from the public purse, be aware that the opportunity exists for the finance minister to communicate to Parliament this document of expenditure and account. However, for reasons known to them, they are not going to lay that paper. If we get to a point where we are not able to take this under the 8th Parliament, the blame should solely be at the doorstep of President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Bawumia, and the Finance Minister. And they should be aware that there are consequences in the Constitution if you fail to discharge your duties, responsibilities placed on you as a public official, and you fail to do it, there are consequences. They should be ready to face those consequences. Mr. Speaker, I leave it here.
Yes, Honorable Machiu Opoku Prempe.
Your great son.
Oh, Manshiasaf,
Your great son.
you are my son. Ask whether you are great. That's a different thing.
Mr. Speaker, there we go again. There we go again. After looking at his side, his leader, deputy leader, are not available in the chamber. He extends a statement to us to say that there's a conspiracy on our side. If there's a conspiracy, there's a conspiracy of leadership. If there's a conspiracy, where is Tato? Where is Ipanamabua? Where is Afenyo? Where is Patricia J? I think there's a conspiracy of leadership. And we should hold Agboja responsible for that conspiracy. Because for all the leaders here, he's the senior most. He's the minority chief whip. So what are you doing? Mr. Speaker, it is not the first time in this house that even a minister brings a document and decides that I'm going to withdraw the document. It's not the first. So the fact that the speaker has got the expenditure vote on account doesn't mean the Minister of Finance is the light of what the Supreme Leader, Osei Chairman Sabosu said. Certain things might have happened on the physical space in this country, such that the finance minister may be looking at the figures very well to come and withdraw and bring an appropriate document. Mr. Speaker, the best we can do at this juncture is to suspend sitting so that we go and look for our leaders to come and direct us on what to do. Mr. Speaker, I'll beg, let us suspend sitting so that we go and chase Ato and Afenyo and find out what they are doing. Maybe they are doing your beloved welfare issues. Yesterday, you were on and on about your welfare issues. Maybe the leadership is on your welfare issues. So, we can't do anything on this side. We can't move because the leader of government business is not here. So let us suspend. Give us 3 hours. We will come back and continue.
Are you rising up to respond to what he said or to address the issue on the floor? To address the issue on the floor. Well, I'll be taking those who are to address the issue on the floor, not those who have to respond to him. Yes. Well, his is a comment. And so let's focus on the main issue. And as you handle the main issue, you may make a statement also in response to what he said. But that should not be the main focus. So among you, you are the senior. So I will give you the opportunity. Then after that, we take 2 more, and then we can move on. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are worried here because of what he called rumor. Our leader, our chief whip called rumor. And the practical implication of that rumor on the fact that in the absence of the leadership and in the presence of one leader, that single leader doesn't have the authority to communicate anything here. We have a leader here who has the authority of the leaders to communicate an issue. Mr. Speaker, it does not matter whether the leaders here are in their numbers or not. The essential thing is that somebody has to communicate the position of this house. He has been able to do it. They cannot do it. They are leading government business. Mr. Speaker, they are leading government business. They are unable to tell us that the issues placed here cannot be discussed. And it is a serious matter. It is unthinkable that you can go out there, take government business, bring it to the floor, and nobody apart from the leader can communicate it. It's a very serious concern. Mr. Speaker, I believe very strongly that there's something wrong with that side of leadership. And there's something wrong with the people at the opposite side of affairs. And we'll urge them to tell us the truth rather than go around the issue and not pinpoint the exact problem they are facing. Because if a leader amongst you cannot tell us exactly what you want us to do on the issues here, then there's a big problem. Mr. Speaker, I will urge you to tell them to speak on the issue rather than access to suspend sitting. We are here in our numbers. We want to work. Why suspend sitting? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Member, Second Deputy Speaker to take the chair. But let me take 2 more interventions. Yes, Honorable Bejra, that
Right, so Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. And Mr. Speaker, it is worrying that getting to the end of a particular regime, we are witnessing what we all know, the obvious, that needed to be done. The Speaker, we live by a constitution. The constitution says that there should be a vote on account so that to at least take care of government expenditure before coming with their budget. And this is obvious. Everybody knows that. It is rather unfortunate that since we came yesterday, we've had the issue of the minister coming to lay this instrument before us. The Speaker, it's not just the Minister of Finance who can lay documents when it comes to the issues of laying documents for that matter. We've been in this house for long, and we know that any minister at all can be authorized at least to formally lay a document from any of the ministries, departments, or agencies. And for us to be here yesterday, we did not do much. And today we are told that even though the document has been with us in this house, there is not one single minister in this house who has been authorized by the Minister of Finance or the leadership of this house to lay that document for it to be referred to the appropriate committee to work on. It's worrying. It clearly shows that there's something going on. We have the minister in charge of parliamentary affairs. He's still a minister. And presidential affairs. Okay. No, oh, I'm sorry. Presidential affairs. I hear my former running mate is leading a house. The minister in charge of parliamentary affairs is in this house. A very senior member of the house who has seen it all, changing from one government to another. And he knows very well that after this session and after this meeting, when we adjourn, we cannot take this budget or vote on account. And so, colleagues, I want to beg our brothers and sisters on the other side of the house. 2016, when it happened to us that we were halved, we came and we supported them to bring the vote on account. And so they should help us to also bring the vote on account so that we can pass it for the coming government. We know the workers are waiting on us, and we are here to work as members of parliament. I don't even think, Mr. Speaker, that we should suspend the house because the minister is not around. Since we have a senior most person who is also a minister of state in the house, he can just lay it and then it's referred to the appropriate committee for us to work on. Mr. Speaker, with this few words, I don't want to believe that our colleagues are deliberately deciding that this house should not pass the vote on account. I don't want to believe that. I believe that they will help us to work and then get government business done properly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Speaking prevent you from speaking again. Since when? I'm wondering where my good friend and a very, very good friend of mine, Benjai, is coming from. Mr. Speaker, I was on my way to Parliament when I saw him sitting on my seat. And the time when I came, he beat me. Somebody who threatened to beat me if I come and talk about my seat is not telling me. He's not telling me that he's begging me to come so that you beat me. No.
Mr. Speaker, what we are saying is so fundamental to the issue. We have been in this chamber when the Speaker has even said that the deputy speakers cannot represent him on certain issues. We have been here. We have been here. We have been here and we have been told that if you don't know, the Honorable Chairman Sabos, MP for Swami, is no longer the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. When the President announced his team for transition, he was labeled as Minister for Presidential Affairs. So he has to go. He cannot come here and come and present things on the Speaker. The most serious aspect of this is that if we don't get the finance minister, we cannot move. Even bills, we have been told that if the minister doesn't come, bills cannot be presented. Haven't you been told that by my honorable colleague? What is different? Let us suspend sitting. Go and look for the finance minister. Let him come and lay the paper, and then we'll do the vote. It's not only the vote of account, Mr. Speaker. They are interested not in the vote of account, Mr. Speaker. They are interested in their terminal benefits. It is past. I don't aim here. You don't want to come to work. For 2 weeks, NDC side of Parliament decided that Parliament should close. You are not ready to work. Why are you now ready to work? You are ready to work because you are interested in Article 71. His Excellency, the resetting president, has said, even when he comes to office, he's going to cancel Article 71. It is not a priority for anybody. Let us do things that are better, not Article 71, that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has promised Ghanaians that he doesn't want Article 71. We are not going to do Article 71. We will do it. When you come and approve it so that I can come and collect my own. Thank you.
Honorable members, I wanted to give it to the senior most, but once the whip is up on his feet, let him give it to the whip.
Mr. Speaker, this was a very simple matter. And I said that the leader, Honorable Chairman Sabonsu, actually gave a reason. Then this thing is getting into another level. I am so surprised. Today, the former running mate, maybe he's okay now. He's basically stabbing even the people on his side. The constitution of this country at the moment does not prevent Article 71 office holders whatever is entitled to them. When President Mahama said when he becomes president, is President Mahama president today? So what is your business talking about the fact that you will not pay? You will not pay what, Mr. Speaker? It's a simple thing. Why is he telling us to close, Mr. Speaker? I just saw the minister responsible for when we started the debate, I just saw our colleague leave the chamber again. If you brought a bill, you don't want to do it, all of a sudden, they have decided that you are still government. Mr. Speaker, this is still the government. And you are still responsible for carrying out your responsibilities until the 7th of January. Why are you deciding that you will not work? Why are you deciding not to work, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, even if they will not lay the bill, at conclave, it was decided that we will take the third reading of the Environmental Protection Bill and do the Ghana Boundary Commission Bill. And the Honorable Chairman Saboso and colleagues are ready to take this. So if the running mate have decided to check out of Parliament, he doesn't even want Parliament to work because he's going to enjoy the running mate statutorship. He can actually leave us in the chamber to do parliamentary work. If you come to Parliament, you must work. So the recommendation that we should close, Mr. Speaker, really, that people have come to work, we have work to do. The only recommendation is given us. So if you have, your party has won, would you have been saying that we shouldn't work? Or because you lost, you don't want to do any work again? Then maybe next time you contest again, isn't it? So help Parliament to work. So, Mr. Speaker, I take exception to the comment you made that this side is doing this because of our personal benefit. Mr. Speaker, that is inappropriate, and I encourage him either to substantiate what he says or withdraw. He must withdraw or substantiate the allegation he's making that members of this House are only ready to work in this chamber because of Article 71. He must actually prove it or withdraw that statement because it is actually demeaning and it's falsehood. It's peddling falsehood. And somebody who actually aspired to occupy the high office of state should not be peddling falsehood. So he must either withdraw or substantiate what he has said. Mr. Speaker, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, let me give the opportunity to Tema West member.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think that my respected minority whip is on a official expedition here. I don't remember when, I don't recall when stepping out of this chamber became an issue for him to mention that the Minister for Environment working out here is because of his hair bill on the other paper. That's the reason why she said. So because of her the document or whatever she's supposed to present here, she can't go out to attend religious call or even go out and do what she wants to do. You don't do things, just try to find reasons to substantiate your own position. Yes, we want to work. We are all here to do the same job. But the fact still remains, Mr. My brother, if you don't mind, I will follow the comment that will start with the exemptions of 1 D1. If you don't mind, where the people on the other side are trying to push us to do what they want us to do. If you listen to my chief whip, the minority whip, he even went further to say that the people of Ghana should know that from March, workers of Ghana should know from next year, and the people on this side. We have a proprietary and they want to get started to release office in December. And we are coming back even in December before we go home. So you cannot push us. The government business for us all what to do. If you wish to ask us what we want to do first, we don't want to present I don't know what they think. Otherwise, please don't push us to what you think you want us to do. We are determining government business and we'll do what we think is best for Ghana at this moment. Please, my lovely brothers and sisters, why are we pushing our faith? When very soon you are going to have this country, all of this country on your shoulder. Allow us, for this short time that we have, to enjoy our moment. And we only say, on the floor here, we want to tell you that we are prepared to do one exemption. That's where we want to start from. If you don't want that, then you don't tell us what you want us to do. Because for now, you have given us the right to present government business, and that is only what we are doing. I like my case, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let me give the opportunity to Honorable Eric Opoku.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, it's a surprise this afternoon that our colleagues on the majority side is arguing as if they are in opposition. They are still in government. Their tenure has not ended.